Welcome, everyone. I am Deanna Kearns. I think today I want to talk a little bit about manipulation. Now, we all know what that word means. And also, I'm not talking about the everyday kind of manipulation. We all kind of do it from time to time. Example, you want your children to clean up their mess, right? So we say, if you clean up and everything looks good, you will get this. Or you cook a really special dinner because you want to do something later on or go to the movies or whatever with your significant others, so you cook his favorite or her favorite meal, right? Those common things about manipulating. Your boss, there's a promotion coming up. So what do? You start getting in right on time. You make sure all your work is done. You do all those things so that you will be noticed and possibly be up for the promotion, right? And there's tons of examples of that kind of manipulation. Basically, manipulation is doing something to gain the results that you want, right? And we do it, but those cute little manipulations, they're not harmful. They don't cause necessary harm to you or the other person. For example, when my daughter was younger, she would come home and I could tell right away because she'd start talking to me or asking these questions. She was out of her character, right? So I end up saying, okay, what do you want? Let's stop all this. What do you want? It's like that type of manipulation. And you know the character. You know their behavior changes. You could tell they want something. Okay, that's one type of manipulation where it's kind of harmless. You're doing it just because you do want something in particular. You're not causing the other person aggravation or harm. Okay, but I'd like to talk about manipulation on the other hand, where it does cause harm. And that's very hard emotionally for the person that's experiencing the manipulator. Example. Let's say you have a friend, a good friend, and you've known this person for quite a long time. However, the only time they call you up is to ask an opinion of you. They want to know something or they need something. I want you guys to think about it, see if you can identify with any of these scenarios. So it's fine, it's your friend, so you will, of course, help the person out. Okay. You have a significant other that comes home drunk and is acting out verbally and keeps doing it. Okay, you love the person, so you accept that. You have your boss. Now there are other employees. However, you're noticing that you're always getting more work. You're always being handed more work or being told to stay later. Well, it's your job. So you don't want to lose your job, so you do it. Okay. Now, if you notice, and this is what's important that I want you to be aware of, that behavior from that other person happens once, okay. But if you start noticing a behavior of a pattern that it continues to happen, your friend just calls you up all the time needing something. You help her out. It happens again and again. And you're noticing each time when you talk to your friend in regards to an issue you're going through, suddenly she's not available. Or she gives you a somewhat of an answer and that's it, because her priority is with herself. Anybody? Is it ringing any bells? Your significant other comes home drunk. You accept it. You let it go because the next day throws the guilt. I am so sorry. I won't do it again. I won't yell at you. I won't say those words. I won't treat you like that. I won't do it again. You believe it. You want to believe it. Your heart wants to believe it. You love this person. You care. But it happens again. And you hear the same story. And again. Your boss. You go up to your boss and you try to explain, look, there's other people that can take on some of this work. You're giving me way too much. I can't do it. He says, okay, I'll see what I can do. But he continues giving you this overload of work to specifically you. And these are patterns, and they keep happening and happening and happening. Ladies, you have to be aware of the situations, because that is psychological manipulation. They know what they're doing because they know what they're going to gain. And the unfortunate part of it, and this is where you need to come in and focus within yourself, you are enabling their behavior. They will try guilt tripping you, comparing, saying, well, you're the best at it, or, but you love me so much, that they'll act, oh, I never knew that, your friend, for instance. Oh, I didn't know I'd do that to you. But they continue doing it. They blame. Well, anything that comes out of my mouth is not from my mouth because I mean it. It's the alcohol talking. They'll find excuses if you try to bring it up to them. But you have to remember, the manipulator, the harmful manipulator, knows exactly what they're doing because we enable their behavior by accepting it over and over and over again. You cannot do that. You have to stand strong with your feelings. You must recognize that these are false promises. It happens over and over and over again, but there is no outcome and there's no resolution. They know what they're doing. They know exactly how they're manipulating you because they know that you will continue with your behavior and you will continue allowing that to happen. Sort of like to have you wrapped around their finger. That's the mind of the manipulator that does it as a pattern and behavior. Think about it. They fake friendliness. They act as if. You know, we know deep down if somebody's being phony or somebody's not being real with us. They start giving you all the compliments. They flatter you all the time. But you have to take a step back. And you have to look at it. This is about your growth. Do you want to continue being manipulated by that person? Or what's going on? Do you want to take care of yourself? Empowered, fearless females, you have to trust your judgment. You have to ignore what is the circumstance and what is going on. You have to put your foot down for yourself and say, this is enough. I can no longer respond to their behaviors. I can no longer enable that behavior to go on for me because all it's doing is building more fear, insecurity, self-doubt. All those behaviors will start kicking in because a part of you knows, but I don't want to lose this person or this situation. But it continues to happen over and over. So you have to take a step back and decide, what is more important? My well-being? My confidence in me? Or do I continue enabling somebody else's negative patterns? You have to think about it. You have to recognize that you don't fit in this situation anymore. This is no longer helping you. You need to talk to somebody about it that might be able to guide you, especially if it's somebody that you may be in love with or somebody you really care about, but their behaviors are a cycle. It's a vicious cycle. You may need to step out of your thinking process because you may not be strong enough to let go and let God. So you speak with somebody that has gone through it, understands it, and can give you the strategies you need to move forward. You have to think about it. Now, I've been manipulated in the past, where you allow love to take precedence over what is happening to you. However, what happens? You get through it, and then you let go, you forgive, right? But then you go through it again, and then you forgive. That vicious cycle. Each time, it's harming your heart, your mind, and your soul. Because each time that happens, you get weaker and weaker and weaker. The manipulator gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Because I can count on her. She'll be there for me no matter what. You can't do that any longer. You have to hit the center of your gravity. You have to stand strong with your belief and your gut and say, I no longer will allow myself to be taken advantage of. I have to respect me. I have to love me more than I love that negative behavior. You can't compromise anymore. You can't say, okay, next time it'll happen, or I'll give better advice, or I'll just take a deep breath and let it go. But you keep doing it and taking it in and accepting it and accepting it. So, for today, I want you to take a look at your surroundings in your world. Is there somebody that you feel is abusing your kindness, your heart, is taking advantage of you over and over and over? Is trying to sweet talk you over and over and over? Is it because they want their results? Whether it's your forgiveness, whether it's your hard work, whether it's your advice. But take a look at it. Is there somebody in your life that you feel is not being true? Now, it's not something you may not like to look at, but it's something you must. Because you have to be your priority. You're no longer a doormat. You're no longer going to just do for something else without taking care of you. Because then you're not whole within yourself. How could you do it? How could you be happy in life? How could you do what's right if you know that there is something, a manipulator using you over and over and over again? So, remember that. Think about it. And if you feel there is somebody that is doing that to you, bring it up to them. And that's all you can do. If if it happens again, you have to let go. You have to let go. Time heals everything. And if it's a hurtful manipulator situation that you really didn't want to because of your feelings, it won't get better unless, again, you speak with somebody. If you feel there is somebody in your life that is, but you're not, maybe not fully sure, let me know. We'll discuss it. It's easier to get someone else's perspective, somebody else that's gone through it, somebody that understands it, to give you the advice maybe you need. Maybe you're not sure. Is this manipulation, or is this just the way this person is? Is this good for me, or is this not good for me? But you have to change your mind, understand what's going on, and be okay with it. Like they say, this too shall pass. However, ladies, please keep it in mind. If you feel that way, let me know, and we'll discuss it. Until next week, be mindful. Just internally to yourself, be aware or take notes. Is there something or somebody that continually does something to me over and over and over again? Do I not like it? Am I not willing to take that on anymore? Then that's a manipulator. The person that knows exactly what they're doing because they know exactly what they want. And they know you're going to do it anyway. No, you won't. Not anymore. So with that, I wish everybody a wonderful week. Tomorrow's my birthday. So I'm probably going to be spending it with family and doing some fun things. I don't know yet. But have a blessed day. And I will see you next week. I love you all. Keep in mind what I shared and discussed. Think about it, ladies. You know, to growing isn't, it's not 1, 2, 3, you know, a quick fix pill. Growing is heartfelt. And it's okay to feel those things because you know what? Without feeling, we don't grow. Without being unsure, we don't grow. We need to understand, accept it, embrace it, and release it. And together we can do it. Okay, have a great day. Bye.